Brought to you by Penguin.
The Other Guest by Heidi Perks. Read by Kristin Atherton, Imogen Church, Louis Hill, and Roy Mcmillan.
Part 1. Laila. Day 6. Thursday. I have been watching The Other Guests. Not obsessively, as my husband James accused me of last night. Just people watching around the pool since we arrived on Saturday. 6 days into our holiday, and I have seen the way the couples and families interact. You can't help it in a resort like White Sands. You're around the same people every day. It's an intimate hotel, or luxury boutique, as it refers to itself on its website. Though there are at least 50 or 60 rooms that are filled with predominantly British guests, the faces quickly become familiar. White Sands is a resort built on the northernmost point of the small island of Ixos, and a long way from any villages. You can't just walk out and amble past Greek tavernas and restaurants with waiters keen to usher you inside like I'm used to doing. I thought I would miss that. The fact that we would have to hire a car, or go by taxi if we wanted to escape the hotel, seemed like it might make the place feel claustrophobic. But then I had never stepped foot inside anywhere like White Sands before. I didn't realise somewhere could so effortlessly sweep you up into its plush velvet sofas and perfectly aligned wicker sunbeds, and make you feel that if you never left again, you would be happy. Besides, as James pointed out, there wasn't really anywhere else to go on the island. Ixos is relatively unknown to tourists and undeveloped, save for our resort. And its only village is a half-hour drive along winding roads. So instead, I have given myself over to everything White Sands has to offer, heart and soul. My early reluctance about the holiday soon dissolved as I acquiesced that maybe James was right. That this was exactly what we needed, in spite of the cost. Every morning I've woken up to go out walking before James or any of the other guests are up and about. There is something magical about stepping into the warm Greek morning air and wandering past the sunbeds, plumped with cream mattresses and rolled towels ready for guests. To see the sun rise and the water in the pool catch its first beams, dancing in ripples before any guests have emerged to disturb the calm. To hear only the sounds of birds, and the occasional word spoken by staff in a language I don't understand. I left our room this morning in much the same way, slipping on my complimentary flip-flops, opening the door and shutting it quietly behind me. Breathing in, like I had never taken a breath before. Today the bedroom had felt stifling. James splayed on his back, his mouth hanging open. Clearly, he wasn't going to wake any time soon. It was the first morning of our holiday that I'd wanted to get out to get away from him. I was surprised I wasn't feeling worse, given the amount we had both drunk the night before. Yesterday was the White Sands Gala night, a high point of the week, and it had been talked about since we'd first arrived. Table service instead of the usual buffet, and all laid out on the hotel's private beach with live music and dancing on the sand. It was a real party atmosphere, and was supposed to be such a different evening to the one it turned into. Now everything had unravelled. James and I weren't speaking. We had never before gone to bed on a fight. Not even after James told me he'd booked this holiday, and our conversation...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?